Calling all Scorpios, and the rest of you too. Today I'm looking at the outer planets to see which ones are affecting Scorpios in 2024. This is for everyone born with a Scorpio sun, moon, ascendant, or any other planets in this sign. Scorpio is a fixed water sign. It occurs in the second month of autumn, anchoring it into the season in its purest sense. The water element, also known for what we are sensitive to, our feelings and emotions, and our comfort or lack of it, is in its strongest position. The inner workings of this sign blend intuition and vocation, making them exceptional managers and leaders. Private and at times mysterious, this sign is ruled by Pluto, the transformer, making them not afraid of change, even if it takes being the one to set another straight. In 2024, the planets affecting Scorpios include Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. There will be a lot going on for you Scorpios this year. Beginning with Jupiter, the planet is transiting in Taurus from 5 to 29 degrees from January through May 25th. Taurus opposes Scorpio, a difficult aspect. So as you watch this video written in May, you may review this as hindsight. Jupiter is the planet of expansion and growth wherever it visits our planets and luminaries and the houses of our birth chart. In the sign of Taurus, we have all had a greater awareness of our values of all kinds, from financial to our appearance. When Jupiter in Taurus opposes your Sun in Scorpio, you are delivered a dose of energy that compels you to seek new horizons in your life. You can grow in your field exponentially if you look at your motivation, whether it is a pure desire to improve yourself or to escape an otherwise unsatisfying life. By moving forward with a higher purpose, you are able to align your actions with your true values and have a better outcome. Setting realistic goals and honestly assessing the time and energy it takes to be successful will help you avoid burning out. Focus on what lifts your spirit and put your efforts there. If your moon is in Scorpio, an already difficult placement for the moon, as you are extremely sensitive, you want to feel more of what life has to offer. You want to help those who need your help and leave them successful and loving. But this opposition can elicit overdoing it with food, emotions, self-indulgence, and comforts to satisfy a deep hunger within you. You can feel entitled to the good things in life and sink when you find you need to do more with less now. It is a time to sit with yourself and decide if that is how you want to proceed in your life, or take the high road of self-realization and make your mark on the world. If your ascendant is in Scorpio, someone close to you like a partner, spouse, colleague, may try to pry you out of your shell if you are displaying the Scorpion energy. This will help you step out of the shadows and get to work on possible networking ideas, get-togethers, or hosting a party with those you love. You will feel unselfish, wishing to take care of others as you feel cared for. But if someone tries to limit your freedom, or if you need to defend one of your interests, you're likely to resist others' company and input. Yet that wouldn't be true freedom. It would be running away. The better use of this transit is to discover and know what and whom you want to run toward. Saturn is in the sign of Pisces from 3 to 19 degrees this year. Pisces is a mutable water sign and trines Scorpio. When Saturn is in Pisces, with Saturn's nature being one of limitation and the sign of Pisces being one of unlimited openness, it can be difficult creating boundaries and structure. But with these trining your Scorpio luminaries and planets, the lessons it brings you will be emotional. If your Sun is in Scorpio, Saturn encourages you to recognize your strengths, limitations, and obstacles, then to look at what it is you wish to create. It's time to let go of your judgments regarding your own creativity and to care for your natural talents, as now is the time to create a second career built upon your individual ideas or creations. Others will follow your lead now, so make it great. It could be something you've been dreaming about for a while but haven't acted on yet. Consider getting organized with your hobbies or artistic outlets, making yourself a space where you can work whenever inspiration strikes. You may also need to check your ego, understanding that it's okay to fail and that true accomplishment comes through trial and error. Watch your relationships as the months proceed and back away from anyone who you don't feel totally safe with. There's nothing wrong with self-preservation, and creating space for new relationships will give you an opportunity to invite in more successful and fulfilling dynamics moving forward. At this time, the more you give to others, the more the universe will share with you. If your moon is in Scorpio, Saturn will help you to define your emotional world with regard to your sense of duty and structure in your life. This aspect blends your deep emotional intensity and your spiritual discipline. You can take your intense feelings and use them to fuel your dreams and ambitions. Your intuition is heightened now, and you have the ability to dig deep into your own psyche. The deeper you dig, you may find qualities and skills that soon become treasures of wisdom and discernment. If your ascendant is in Scorpio, as it rules your first house of childhood and your beginnings, you can care for your inner child and find what makes them happy. You can let go of your relationship with substances, pleasure, and sex, and figure out what you really want in love and passion. As Saturn was transiting your 12th house before this transit, you likely were figuring out what you need to release from your consciousness in order to move forward. Now is a time when it's important to come back to what really brings you deep joy and make time for these things, even if it feels difficult, and it likely will. Next, we look at how Uranus and Taurus affect Scorpios. Uranus is the planet that shakes your life up in order to release you from bondage and gives you the courage to let go of the past. Taurus opposes Scorpio, a difficult aspect, and typically these two signs deal with values, finances, and comfort. We may experience job or career changes, relationship changes, and shifts in our lifestyle. Uranus starts to make those parts of our life that don't fully represent who we are very uncomfortable. If your sun is in Scorpio, this can be a depressing and draining time if you have issues with challenges and obstructions to your progress. These tests will be more serious now, making you feel restricted in your freedom and self-expression. These tests can come from authorities in your life, seemingly trying to block you as you struggle to move forward. But consider there may be some more lessons or skills to learn so that when this transit passes, you are ready to take full advantage of new opportunities. Ultimately, it's time to strengthen your character by facing your misfortune and to gain more confidence from it. If your moon is in Scorpio, this opposition brings a period of soul searching as you find the patterns of your emotional habits. This transit is necessary in order to overcome your own conflicting nature and realize what keeps you stuck. As you become aware of your own weaknesses through this transit, you will need to confront them and commit to changing. Family matters hold great importance during this time, and finding inner security is crucial for achieving emotional maturity. Women play a significant role in your life during this transit. They offer valuable teachings and can also be sources of conflict. If you have Scorpio rising, you will experience unexpected encounters with others. Your old relationships may suddenly feel undependable, as if they are intentionally trying to make your life unbalanced. The hidden tensions in your marriage or other partnerships will be made visible, making for more arguments and disagreements. Legal disputes are possible and should be settled quickly because you cannot rely on others to keep your story straight. Try your best to not give others an excuse to be more disruptive and ultimately upset your life. If others believe you are trying to control them, they will force change within the relationship. In general, you and the other person in any relationship will want more independence and freedom. The next planet to influence Scorpios this year is Neptune in Pisces from 25 to 29 degrees. Neptune rules spirituality, the unseen, and all things emotional. It indicates endings, as it rules the last house of the zodiac. It is at home in Pisces as it's its ruler. Pisces trines Scorpio, as they are both water signs. This planet will be of assistance this year. If your sun is in Scorpio, your interest in spirituality will be important now, as you will feel more compassionate, insightful, and dreamy. With this positive aspect, when you are following the spiritual path, your intuition will lead the way. Your sensitivity to others' plights and difficulties will enlist you to be of service. You may become interested in charities you can be part of, and this is to be encouraged now. Human rights and the environment will be forefront in your mind, searching for ways to help. Your increased imagination will inspire you to create something that illustrates your caring nature now. So this is a great transit for relationships and should deepen the spiritual connection between you and your partner. There is also a good chance of meeting an ideal partner, a soulmate you can really connect with. If your moon is in Scorpio, this will be a very sensitive transit for you, making you even more aware of the needs of others. If your environment is full of conflict and disruption, you're likely to tune out the noise and engage in things that are more important. Your creativity soars now, so all you artists, musicians, and writers will be inspired to do your best work. Your perceptions, whether as empathy or intuitive insight, are likely to be very strong this year. What you see and hear will have a greater impact on you now, so surround yourself with what brings you peace. If you ever wanted to go deeper into your spiritual path, this is your year. And if your ascendant is in Scorpio, your imagination and creativity are strong and steady. You feel more sympathetic and sensitive to what others feel and need. You will find your relationships will seem more spiritual and romantic. You may meet a person you feel you've known forever, and you may be right. This aspect brings soulmates into your life. Together you may be of service, stand up for the underdog, or involve yourselves in some charity. You may feel more dreamy or even spaced out at times, but this is just your higher self leading you to consider things that may seem abstract normally. Time to indulge in reading about fantasies, mysteries, science fiction, and the supernatural. And the last planet to affect Scorpios this year is Pluto, transiting in the sign of Aquarius from 1 to 2 degrees. This occurs from January 21st until the 1st of September, and after going retrograde, will be back from November 21st through the end of the year. Pluto is a transformer. It brings situations into our life that force us to get out of our own way. Sometimes we hold on tightly to the past, allowing our ego to block our growth. Anything that becomes part of your identity too strongly is at risk. How Pluto affects our lives depends very much on whether we resist its influence or we try to work with the planet of rebirth and destiny. If your sun is in Scorpio, this square will challenge you to see how you express your sun sign traits. Are you demonstrating the less attractive qualities, such as judgment, intense emotions, power struggles, and control? If you are, these issues will bring you problems until you work on your own power and strength. How you've seen yourself before this transit will be called into question due to the situations you will find yourself in. With Sun square Pluto, learning to let go is important. Sometimes this transit will make you focus on your father or other male authority figures, putting you face to face with what has held you back from leading a more meaningful life. Depending on how frustrating your life has been, the changes coming your way can undermine the very foundations of your security. This transit to the sun brings about the need to understand yourself on a deep inner level, much deeper than the image you normally show the world. There is also a need to get to the root causes of your life's dissatisfaction. Exactly why do I act this way? Why am I afraid? Who am I really? These questions and more must be answered now. If your moon is in Scorpio, this transit will intensify your feelings and passions, making you tend to be impulsive, irrational, and compulsive in your behavior. Time to gain a stronger awareness of your emotional needs. Habits that spring from deeply ingrained fears arise, and Pluto challenges you to face them. Pluto also asks you to examine your deepest attachments to people, things, conditions, and attitudes. It's very hard to listen to reason during this period of your life, even your own. You may find yourself acting clingy, jealous, possessive, and suspicious. Emotions you have never been in touch with, particularly of a darker obsessive or primal quality, will come bursting forth. The needed transformation of your emotional self will become obvious, or you will experience embarrassment and say things you'll later regret. If your ascendant is in Scorpio, you may experience a lot of drama in your interactions with others. A significant relationship in your life may undergo a major transformation, changing your life's direction. Your closest relationships will go through the most disruption. Negative relationships will most likely end traumatically. If you feel like a relationship is in trouble, it most likely is. The best approach is to deal with any relationship dramas as soon as possible to avoid messy complications. With a willing partner, you could work through your power and control issues by exploring new experiences together. So my advice to Scorpios this year is to seek the high road and unlimit yourself. Do so with kindness and understanding, rather than escaping your responsibilities as a good person. You can potentially work with these planets and elevate your consciousness this year. Best of luck, Scorpio. If you like this video, new uploads release every Saturday afternoon, so please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out. Hit the like button to help spread this message to others who need to hear it, and check out our other videos on astrology, and guided meditations for inner healing and manifesting the life you've always dreamed of. On my Patreon site, I write monthly articles on the new and full moon and the current sun sign. I'm offering personal readings on my Patreon site, or you can email me at judy@skypatterns.com to begin working together to uncover your path on this journey through life. Check the description box for more information, and have a blessed day.